So initially, when you reached out, the first thing that went through my mind was how I was just thinking that I was establishing a true connection with my daughter, and it was through music. So I got excited, and when I read what this was about, and when you told me, it really made me feel, that special connection was true. Like, that it was divine timing, honestly, because in my personal life, initially I didn't feel like I was trying to establish a connection with my daughter. And like, I asked ChatGPT, like, oh, how do I, how do you truly establish a real connection with your, with your child? And, it's something so particular as music that, of course, is the love of my life, but the fact that we connected and, we get to share that love together is truly amazing. So, yeah.
Beautiful. So I always like to think about astrology as relates to, human nature. So my question to you is, one, what's your astrology sign, and what's your daughter's sign? And do you ever think about this connection in relation to music?
I just recently got into astrology. My first off, okay, so my daughter's sign is a Scorpio.
Wow.
And my sign is a Gemini. I don't particularly. It's so funny how everybody has
a Scorpio for real.
Yeah, she is a Scorpio for real. She is, and that's so funny because I don't know. I know enough about astrology to know personality traits, but I can see just a different type of air that she carries herself with that might be, transcendent of being a Scorpio.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to figure it out. But as far as that goes, like I said, I don't really have any prior knowledge, but I do see her as someone who is more serious and understands things a lot quicker and takes things in a light where it's just like it's pure intention and focus in her eyes. So like when it pertains to music, like it's just crazy, seeing the contrast in our personalities, because I'm really lighthearted, really and this is a 1-year-old, I'm just dictating, right? She's 1 year old.
1 year old.
I'm just trying to say, but if y'all seen her, if you see her, you'll know that it's like, I don't want to say old soul, but she has a understanding beyond her years. So like, her year,
right?
But she is amazing, and she's taught me so much, just being here this small time that she's been on this planet, and actually she's bringing her Scorpio energy, and it's hot. You feel me? It's transcendent. So like, I appreciate her and the energy she brings, but I'm still learning the astrology aspect of our relationship.
Okay, well, that was still very helpful. Yes, she has definitely been here before. She's back to do something, and she chose you.
No, real talk.
And so here we are.
She tightened me up.
Yes. Okay, so your background in music. Can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with music?
So initially, I began playing music. Of course, I played the recorder in elementary school, and that was part of every Black Detroiter kid's experience.
Yes.
Then, if you had the finances or their school had the resources, you had the option to join a band or orchestra. I went to Spain Elementary School in Detroit, and Spain had an orchestra and a band. And initially I played viola. So, we played High Cross Buns, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And, from there, I grew into actually learning the cello. I picked up the cello in 3rd grade. So I was 8 years old. And I remember there's one song called Allegro. Dun, 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 dun,
yes.
dun, dun, dun. No, that's Takatina. I think Allegro, I forgot how Allegro went. But anyway, it was like, it expanded upon what I knew about music. Because, of course, I'm coming from the East Side. I was raised in this house. My daddy played Juvenile, Tupac, DMX. I ain't know shit about any other music other than rap music for real. Like, my mom played Mike, you feel me? Like, it was like very certain types of music that we were introduced to, and we didn't get to expand upon until we got, into those places. And, thank God that, DPS had those programs, bring those programs back, because they cut a lot of orchestra programs and a lot of band programs from a lot of middle schools. And now music is kind of, concert music particularly is obsolete, or is feel like it's being obsoleted. But that's what introduced me to music in general. And I think that the type of music that classical brought, like, it's not a hook, it's not a beat that it's the same beat for, however long. It's like the parts of the songs are different. Like every movement is different, every bar, every stanza is different. Like it's like you get a different, like, type of sound in all aspects of music. So it's like you can have a favorite part and it might just be 8 bars long, or you might have a favorite part and it's a whole song, but it's just like there's music within the music in classical. And that's what I think that that made me open my world up to what music truly means to me and what my background comes from.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm recalling Allegra. Was it like really Allegro, like pulsing, like
right,
or something? That,
dang, how did Allegro go?
I'm definitely gonna add it on this clip.
In the background. You got to. However Allegro go, that's how we got it. You gotta play it like that for sure.
So currently, what kind of music do you create or gravitate towards?
So currently, the type of music I'm creating, is very expansive right now. Like because. I feel like as an artist, and it's just, everybody says, oh, you got to find your niche. You got to figure out what you want to do as a producer, as an artist. Like, you know what I mean? You want to, I love music in all aspects of life. Like, I just do. Like, every single possibility of music, it brings a different type of magic that ain't never been fucking experienced in the world. Like, and so, like, I'm gravitating towards everything. I do a lot of house music. I have a Ghetto Tech EP coming out. I do neo soul. I do rap. I do rock. I do rap, rock, alternative, emo pop. Like it's just the list goes on and on. Like it's that's what I'm saying. And it's truly infinite. And I feel like like I said, at 3 a.m. when I wake up and I hear those songs, I don't know how the song is going to turn out. I don't, but it's not any specific genre, it's, all I know is it's straight from God and I got to act on it type shit, you feel me?
Yeah, got to act on it, or somebody will be giving it to somebody else.
No, real talk. That's exactly what happens, yeah.
Okay. So was there a moment when you realized that you truly love music, like a moment that just sticks out, like you heard it? Like,
yeah, I think a moment that I'll never forget, I play in Cass Tech Orchestra, and 2007, I think, was that year that we played, not solo ensemble, what is it? It's Night of something. Anyway, we played at the Fox Theater. I forgot what the name of the event is. We played at the Fox Theater, and of course, it's like all the schools are there. Like it's just like a nighttime event, Evening of Fine Arts. I think it's called Evening of Fine Arts. All the schools are there. It's like an amazing event, where everybody displays between, jazz, classical, any soul music, like everything, like anything, any schools on display. And we play Jupiter. It's a movement in a song and a whole arrangement by I forgot who it was by. Anyway, it's amazing, but it goes like dun 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 dun, and I'm talking about full orchestra, including whole band, whole orchestra, like the everybody, you feel me? It's just like percussion, everything. And in this particular movement, the cellos have the melody, and usually the cellos, you already know, like, cellos do be getting melodies, but violins be getting melodies like that, I'm talking about in a whole concerto, a whole orchestra, whole concert orchestra, the cello has a melody, and it's just like it's like one of the most beautiful melodies I've ever heard in my life. And I used to let her practice it. I used to still let her play it to this day. But it's da na 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 na. It's so sweet, bro. It's so cold. And like when you're a part of that on, you know, one of the biggest stages, you know, it's like the feeling is transcendent. And I always said, I want that. I want to continue that. I want to have my orchestra. I want to be able to produce music on a level where it's expansive like that. You feel the beauty, you feel the art type shit. So like that's kind of where I really like my love began to be like intentional. Everything before that was kind of like, this is what I like this, like, you know. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so what is one song that always warms your heart no matter the mood that you're in?
Man, always warms my, what is one song? The song that always warms my heart. You know, it's a controversial song. I'm gonna say it because it's a controversial person nowadays. But Kanye's "Through the Wire."
Oh, okay.
Through the wire, through the limit, right through the wire, through the limit. And the way he used Shaka voice at the end of that shit, like, bro, what? Going crazy at the end, bro. Like I just had the last part looping for like an hour if I need it, like, you know. Because that even, okay, but Kanye verse is crazy. Through the Fire by Shaka Khan, the song itself is like, you know, it's a powerful song. It's like, you know, it's through the fire, you know what I mean? Like through everything, like, you know, and that's something that always get me fired up, like, you know, warm my, you know. So I listen to both of those songs, but like particularly the last part when he mixed that and combined that the way he do. Classic Kanye, you know, and you know, classic Shaka. It's a beautiful message. You feel me? Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into some musical memories. Now, I know your daughter is only 1 year old, but do you have any cherished musical memories that you can recall that you've experienced with your daughter? I think
it's kind of crazy, like, to say, but like, you know, I mean, I don't know why, but I didn't think to like play music around her or like, you know, for a while. Like, you know, she was in her infancy, 6 months, probably 6 or 7 months. I was like, you know, I was just working on some stuff and I was just like, I'm gonna just play this or whatever. I'm playing one of my mixes I made, and she just got to like start moving, like, you know, and I ain't never seen her react like that. And I was like, wow, like, that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, damn, I got some more shit for you. You fuck with this, I got some more shit for you. So like, that's how it kind of began. And like, you know, even if I'm like making a mix, I'll be like, you know, I'll be, you know, I'm watching her, we just hanging out, she's watching her show, and I'm making a mix, she be like, you know, and I stop it, or like I add a part, and she just, and then she, you know, I add a part, and she like, you know, get to groove. I'm like, okay, yeah, this, are we going in this direction? Okay, I can do that. Okay, do that. And I turn off the music. She be like, what happened? And you know, that aspect of like her soul, seeing her soul light up and like, you know, developing personality through like, you know, gaining that type of consciousness of like, oh, what is this? Like, you know what I mean? This music, this is music, this is amazing. Like, this is like, music is like low key life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, if we had music in this bitch, it would be crazy. It'd be actually kind of wild, dog. It'd be terrible, dog. Like, but you know, that's what God put us for. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's magic for real. But yeah, those are that memory particularly is the most fond memory I got. Okay.
So for you, were there any certain sounds or musical traditions that were always present growing up?
Yeah, my mom and the Jackson 5. So like, the sounds that were you know, most prominent in my household, and that's what I'm saying, the contrast. Yeah. So you had Jackson 5, and I think, was it an album called ABCs? I can't remember, but it was like one of their top albums. Yeah. But I think my mom might have had the greatest hit. I'm not sure, but you know, they had crazy, you know, ABCs. Stop the love you leave me alone. Gotta take it slow. That, I forgot what that song is. You know, just classics on there. My mom played Jackson 5 all day. And it's funny because she ain't never played no grown mic stuff. She loved Jackson 5 so much. It was a while before I even experienced grown mic.
Yeah, I feel
so that album to this day or whatever, if it's the ABCs or Greatest Hits album plays in my head. Now on the other side, the contrast, Juvenile 400 Degrees. And I don't want to, you know what I mean? Like, without saying too much, my dad was a particular type of person. You know, he was addicted to a particular type of substance. And, you know, life wasn't too great at the time, you know. And sometimes when he come home from his situations, it can be 3 o'clock in the morning. Dun, dun, dun.
LOL.
Dun, dun. The Juve, and that shit used to be that's the intro to 400 Degrees. Juve, loud as hell, like don't matter what's going on, none of that.
Yeah,
you know, and he have his beer or whatever, and it's just like, you know, he played that album so I know 400 Degrees back to front, you know what I mean, you know, lyrically, and that, so yeah, those that's the contrast of sounds. I feel like and everything in between. My mom was soft R&B classic person. My dad was like one of the first people into rap, hardcore rap for real. Like he was like one of the fans leading the way. Juvenile, DMX, like Pac, like, you know, it was just like that for us. Like Scarface, you know. So my mom, Luther, you know,
was Anita in there?
Anita, Chaka Khan, Marvin Gaye, love her some Marvin Gaye. You know, yeah, Blase Splee, like Barry White, big Barry White person. It's so funny because we, you know how back in the day a CD would be like that's the CD, and you listen to the same 14 songs over and over again. How many ever songs was on that CD? Once that CD is gone, that music kind of get lost to time, or if that CD don't work or skip at a certain part, it's over with. You know what I mean? Like as a kid, you're over with. Now you know you're an adult, you're trying to find those same songs, but like, those sounds are so profound in the time in the era that they were in my life. And yes, my mother and my father, they introduced me, and I'm forever grateful for them for that.
That's beautiful. That's definitely a contrast right there. That R&B and
exactly,
deep hip hop. Like
I'm talking about. It's funny.
If you mentioning Scarface, like,
no real shit though. And I had
Ghostface.
No, right? That's what I'm saying. I had this. I put the Scarface in there just because it's just like and everything in between that. You know, Scarface, like that shit. That's real gut ass. Like, you know what I mean? It's funny how the initial phase of hip hop or that 90s era hip hop is like the hardest rap or like the most deepest. Like, you know, it just reflects. It reflects a certain area of our soul, like, you know, like at the time, it's just, you know, as a people, it kind of it did like, but it wasn't a true. It was never a true reflection. Like it was like a more of a forced reflection, but like it showed how our creativity could, you know, be used in a bad way, kind of. I gotta say that because it was just so structurally, like, integrated into our lives. Like I said, I didn't even know any other music until I grew up and was able to, you know, see for myself what was out here. But like, you know, the messages and the energy that music in particular carried was very, very dark, and you know, and so it's nothing compared to what's going on now. I think niggas could talk about shit, but everybody just lying there. Them niggas was telling the truth, unfortunately. About the shit, a lot of shit they was doing. Like, it was, you know what I mean? Like, you was telling the truth about what was going on for real. And it was, you know, it was just a difficult time for us. But anyway.
I mean, it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
It's real. Yeah. Okay, so,
I think I might have, what's the name?
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, it was a minute ago. Yeah, I think I might have ran out of memory. Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, I was gonna say we got a good, you know.
Yeah, nice little.
Exactly.
Okay, so, you mentioned this before, but I'm wondering if you want to add anything. The next question is, when did you notice your daughter caught the music bug? But maybe that was that moment.
Yeah.
That you explained.
I was gonna say I had to say that was the moment for sure.
Okay, so if you could, how would you describe your daughter's personality especially musically?
Ooh. I feel like it's, I mean, it might be a little difficult to explain since she is one, but
Yeah.
right now she like back to back, baby, 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 oh, baby, 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 no. She just, she on a, I think her mom showed her Justin Bieber one time.
Yeah.
She loved that song because she knows those words, like, and it's, one of the most infamous melodies of all time, low key. Like, people don't think about it, but that baby song, it do numbers, and it still do numbers, like, so that in itself. And then but I'll throw on some groovy intricate mixes, or I'll throw on some groovy intricate house or some ghetto tech, and she's a dance, like she likes to dance, she likes to bop, like, like I can see that she can appreciate a good melody as well. If she can catch it, she appreciates it, and that's what's happening. She's being introduced to music, so the Justin Bieber melody, that's an easy melody. Everybody is catchy. It's like, it's literally the best of both worlds. But some stuff, like a lot of the house mixes, like there's no lyrics, like, there's no one singing what should be a melody. You're creating a melody based off of what you what you hear, what you perceive. And that might be a little bit more advanced for her, but she's catching on.
Yeah,
she catches on like easy. So
I believe
by 2, she'll be there for sure.
So, do you think you'll ever be intentional about how you introduce music to your daughter? Like, would you say like, oh, they need to know this artist, or
I think, and the thing is, it's funny because like the way I collect music, or I integrate music into my life, there's no one artist that I would, I would be like, oh, you need to know this person. Like I would, so my intention as far as like introducing music to my daughter would be more of letting her listen, like, just letting her hear and, establish for herself, like what she likes and what she appreciates. I want, because when you're establishing the musical aspect of like a soul of self, like, you can naturally rotate, like I said, 400 degrees and the ABC album, like that's 2 albums that are like integrated in my life so hard that I can't, like I can't not like it. You feel me? Unfortunately, the thing is, I do like it though. You know what I mean? But is that because of my mother and my father, or is that because that's who I come from?
Yeah.
So I want to allow her to have the freedom of like choosing to, appreciate the type of music she wants to appreciate. If she like JB like that, she like Bieber like that, go ahead. I'm not really a Bieber. I ain't really been going to Bieber discography. I heard he got a cold ass album out. I heard he just dropped a random album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's sweet.
I may check that out.
Yeah, it was like right. But you might not though. It was like 3 weeks ago, and it was like, people were fucking with it. So I was just like, I got to check it out. But if that's something I should want to go, but that's the beauty of it, because whatever she decides for herself and her personality, I can show her things, and I can extend myself and my personality, but she can also begin to show me things, and she can give me that music and that personality of who she is, like, because that music, your collection of music is low key your identity for real.
Yeah, facts.
Niggas don't think about, like, like it's your identity for real.
That end of the year Spotify.
Exactly.
You know what they be like.
Real talk. And that's what I'm saying. Even the end of the year Spotify don't really even sum it up.
Yeah.
But like it does to a degree where it's just like it make sense.
Yeah.
But if you look at my whole discography, everything that I've collected, and there's so much stuff that I've lost over the years, so much music that I wish I could get back. It really, it'll show you a different side of me. It'll show you a different understanding of who I am. And I think, I could say the same for you. I could say the same for anybody. Sharing a music library damn near is like, it's an intimate act nowadays.
No facts.
No, man, sharing music, period.
Like, I like this song too.
No, yeah, right.
What you think about that?
What do you think about that?
Just put in that one weird one, and then we'll see where we go after this.
Exactly. Because if I was like, oh yeah, I'm talking to a shorty or whatever, or we dating somebody, and I'm like, you ever heard Through the Wire by Kanye? She never heard Through the Wire. Like, we can have We can have an issue. We can have a specific type of problem.
I'm trying not to judge, but it's like, right? What you mean? You ain't never heard through the wire.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Miss me on Kanye. Who's that? What?
No, that'd be crazy.
Where am I?
That'd actually be crazy.
How did I get here? Because something is about me and bringing this person in my life.
Real talk.
Okay, so if you and your daughter both created an album, what do you think it would be called?
If me and my daughter
at 1 year old,
right? But if we both created an album, it'd be called Love.
Yes,
it'd have to be, and it's funny because I'm literally thinking. I've been thinking of a concept of an album that's about her and for her. As having a 1 year old who appreciates music, and her having a father who is a producer and putting himself, integrating himself in those spaces and putting himself out there in the world where his music is being shared, and that aspect of understanding who she is now as a child, what her spirit, because that gets lost in translation. Only person that can tell you who you were as a baby, it gets lost in translation.
Facts.
But when she gets older, that baby is still inside of her.
Yes.
It's not, that's that braveness, that sternness, that she might change. She might be a little bit more timid. She might be a little bit more, uneasy in certain aspects when she's certain now and she knows what she wants and she's demanding and she, and there's power in that, and you can't lose that. That's why you always got to be in touch. I want to show her how to continue to be in touch with her inner self and her inner child. And I think that the Love album, that'd be an amazing, thing I could do to show her who she truly is, when she forgets, And of course she, have her musical assets and how she can help with the album, because she say the funniest things, and she has this cool ass. Actually, when she do be talking, she just got a cool ass accent for some reason. She don't sound like me or her mom. She just sounds like her, which is real cool,
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wow, that's beautiful. I low-key almost cried hearing you talk about. I'm serious. I was like, touching my heart here. As I was listening, you were talking about there's power in how demanding, how she knows what she wants now, and really don't care about what anybody has to say or feel, and she's gonna do what she wants and whatever feels comfortable, and just remembering that identity as she grows older is just
it's so important.
Yes. Okay, so wrapping up, beyond notes and melodies, what life lessons has music taught you through your daughter relationship? And you kind of talked about this, but anything else you want to add?
Through what life has taught me through my daughter's me and my daughter's relationship?
Yeah, kind of as it relates to music, anything in that pocket.
I think that music has taught me with her in my relationship with her, from what I understand, being a father, my short time of being a father, is to be intentional about connection. Be intentional about connection and being, and being intentional about showing, and showing up, in the space and the time that you are spending time with her, show up in a way where it's just it's impactful every time you're there. It's impactful. And I feel that, as I grow as a man, I feel myself create more impact and being, it being special when when I am with her, she feels she feels it, when initially, but I was really uncertain about how to be a dad, how I was going to show up for her, how I was going to show up for myself, and, I've been making strides in that regard, and it's been because of her. She's shown me. It's been because of music has shown me that if I remain intentional, I continue to focus on being in love with my daughter, being in love with my craft, I can create love and spread it and do whatever I want to do, I can do whatever I want to do. And that's bred confidence. That's bred, you know, blessings, you know, connections with godly people, you know, and it's just pouring in. So I continue to grow and continue to move in that direction, and yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to share?
Anything
else?
No, not really. I wish Love was here so she could get on the mic. I'm definitely seeing them pictures, but I don't have anything else particular to share. I think it's amazing what you're doing. I think this is a very particular avenue of perspective and understanding in a story and narrative that people don't normally see or understand, you know. But we love our daughters, like, you know what I mean? We truly do. And through music, you know, we're forming these connections where it transcends, you know, space time. Facts. You know, and that's where you know, that's what's most important. That's what needs to be told, because like I keep saying, it's magic. Music is magic. And when we connect like that and when we share our love like that, it, you know, it becomes something extraordinary. So I'm grateful for you for having me talk, and like I'm putting things in perspective just talking about, because I ain't never niggas don't ever ask me these things. You feel me?
Here I come.
So right here you come.
About your 1-year-old Scorpio.
No, real shit.
This one I be on. This is my bag.
I love the bag. It's a Gucci bag. It's very nice. It's very expensive. It's leather. I love the bag. So I just appreciate even having this conversation. It makes me feel good. Just knowing I can speak like this freely. But yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Yes, music is definitely magic and medicine at the same time.
Where